Hi guys, Fatma Malik here, and for the workout today, we shall be needing a pair of dumbbells if you have them at home. If not, you can use jugs of any kind, plastic bottles, bottles of water. Just fill them up to make them heavier, or use a small bottle if you so prefer. You will need two pieces of cloth, two towels, anything that can slide on the floor, or sliders if you have them at home, and you will need a chair, of course. Every workout will require a chair, well, most of them will. And yeah, I think that is about it. Also, any heavy object that is slightly, let's say, heavier than a dumbbell or something, maybe something like this, or if you have a tire. I've painted mine to make the workout more interesting for you guys. So a small tire or any other object, even a gallon or whatever works. Okay, so let's get started.
Let's start set number 1 by getting warm. We're simply doing a split jack and a side to side step. If this is too much for you, you can just jog in place or do a simple side to side step and remove the jump. Move number 2 is simply a bounce in place and then you jump around. Bounce and jump around. Again, to modify, you can take out the jump and just jog in place or bounce in place, or even just do a shuffle side to side if that suits your knees better. The point of the cardio is just to get you warm and ready for our series of strength exercises. All right, ladies, grab those dumbbells. You have 10 seconds off right after this, and then we will get into our first round of strength. So, the good part is that in each block, we will be doing the exercise 3 times to 4 times, but we won't be going back to the same strength exercise. So, in this block, we have your bicep curl to hammer curl. Please note that my back is completely straight. Exhale as you lift up. Rotate and then exhale again as you lift up. Inhale as you're going downwards with the weights. Make sure that the weight is challenging, but it shouldn't be so heavy that you have to lean forward or lean back or jerk yourself just to get those weights up. have the same exercise one more time after this, and then we will move on to our next strength exercise. And there is going to be a little bit of cardio from now on in the middle of each set. So, really give it your 100% because once we finish this block, we're not going to come back to this. Now it's time to get your tire or any heavy object that you have lying around the house. It could be a handbag, it could be a bag of atta, of rice, anything really that you can hold close to your body and just rotate side to side using your torso, working on your waist. Inhale and exhale. So notice that I'm facing one side and then I'm rotating and facing the other side. So make sure you take your head along with you. That's really important to ensure a complete upper body rotation. Right after this round, we have cardio, and then we will be doing this move one last time before we move on to the next block. again, a bit of cardio. Like I said, we'll have cardio thrown in after every couple of strength exercises, and this is just to get your heart rate up, to make sure that you're also burning fat simultaneously while you build lean muscle. Please remember the modifications that we offered initially. You can always just jog in place or do a shuffle side to side if the bouncing or the jumping gets too much for you. Right after this, we are going to grab our dumbbells again for our third block. Block 3 is a squat, stand up, punch one arm. Squat again, stand up, punch the other arm. If you're starting out, if this is your first boot camp, and also if in the live classes I've constantly been telling you to keep your chest up or to use a chair for your squats, please make sure that you're using a chair, because the only thing worse than not squatting is doing a squat incorrectly. You really want to make sure that your back is upright, you exhale as you stand up, and when you're going down, your knees should not go beyond your toes. So use a chair if you need to. A squat is initially a sitting and standing up motion that we do in everyday life. Cardio time, super, super important to burn that fat. Actually, this is more like active recovery because this move is not a burpee. It's not something like crab jacks or flying jacks that it takes up a lot of energy, and yet, you're moving those legs and you are increasing your calorie burn throughout the workout. So, I mean, if you feel like modifying, go ahead, but just make sure that in the cardio moves, you are moving. आप हाई प्लैंक में हैं, आपके हाथ वेट्स पे हैं, for me that's more comfortable. If you want, you can also be in a low plank. You can be on your forearms, that's totally fine if a high plank puts pressure on your wrists. And then you're using your sliders, you're using a kapra, old t-shirt, anything really, and take one leg out as much as you can and the other leg out as much as you can. So it's a wider plank jack. अगर इसकी वजह से आपकी कमर पे प्रेशर पड़ रहा है, just hold a plank. Just hold a low plank and keep everything super tight. Make sure you're squeezing your butt. You don't have to do the slider movement if you're not quite ready for it. Guys, remember the foundation of this movement is a plank. Your arms are directly underneath your shoulders, your body is in one straight line, and then you're taking the leg right and left. Again, अगर आपके कमर पे pressure पड़ रहा है or your lower back or your middle back is hurting, just hold the plank, squeeze your butt, and do the plank. There's no need to go side to side and add the sliders. cardio before we go into block 5. Block 5 is going to be quite easy, guys. You'll need a pair of dumbbells and you'll need your kapras, t-shirts, pochas, whatever you want to call them. So we will do a sit up and a pullover. I'll just be demonstrating that right after this movement is done and we enter block 5. Time to lie down on your back, get your kapra, and get to dumbbells, to jugs, anything that's available at home. You can also use one dumbbell or one jug, it's totally fine. My hips are on the floor. I am curling my feet in towards me. You should feel this in the hamstrings, which is the back of the legs. And as I bring the legs out, I'm taking the weights all the way back behind my head. Now, in order to do this, it depends on, you know, uh, how heavy your weight is. If you feel like you really can't take those jugs or those dumbbells above your head, that's fine. You can always just take them up to shoulder level and back down. Okay, it's time for our cardio minute, and right after this, we are going to be repeating the same movement again. So, lying down on our back with the pullover. Every time you're pulling that weight in, guys, over your chest, make sure you exhale. So, this exercise is also for your abdominals, it's for your hamstrings, it's your full body, really. Right now is the cardio, but right after that, we will go back to our slider hamstrings plus pullover. Okay, final 40 seconds of cardio, and then we will be entering block 6, which is arms and abs. You will be lying down on the floor, and you will need your pair of dumbbells, medium, not too heavy. Or you could use two bottles of water or any two objects that weigh the same. But keep going right now. We need to finish the cardio first. Then we'll have our rest of 10 seconds, and then we shall enter block 6. So, block 6 is a bicycle crunch with an arm extension. So, you are working your abs and your triceps, pushing the weights down into the floor. If this is too much for your neck, because you can't stay up in a crunch, then let go of the weights. Put your head on the floor and just put your arms by your side and just do the lower body. If, on the other hand, you feel pressure in your lower back, let go of the weights and take your hands and put them underneath your hips to support your lower back. लाइक आई सेड बिफोर, इस मूव में आपकी गर्दन में दर्द नहीं होना चाहिए. आपके हाथ में वेट्स हैं जो कि नीचे जा रहे हैं एज योर लेग्स गो इन एंड आउट. अगर आपकी गर्दन में दर्द हो रहा है तो आप अपने हाथ अपने सर के पीछे रख लें और वेट्स छोड़ दें एंड जस्ट डू द बाइसिकल क्रंचेस. फॉरगेट अबाउट द ट्राइसेप एक्सटेंशन. Alright guys, कार्डियो ब्लॉक एंड इसके फ़ौरन बाद हम जा रहे हैं इनटू आवर नेक्स्ट राउंड ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस जिसके लिए आपको एक डंबल की ज़रूरत है एंड यू विल नीड योर चेयर. So get those things and let's enter block 7. So you need your chair, you'll be sitting and standing up, or if possible, you'll be sitting and jumping up. So imagine that you sit down and that stool or that chair is on fire and immediately you explode upwards. Keep your chest up and keep your core engaged at all times. You can use a dumbbell or you can do this without any weights. Again, if it's putting pressure on your knees, just sit and get up and forget about the jump. Guess what, guys? This is our last and final round. After this, we only have our cardio left, and then we are going to rest and recover. Great job, guys. I really hope you pushed through with me and you did all the sets and all the reps and you did it to the best of your abilities because that's when you get results. Last 40 seconds, I promise, push through it. Just do it with me, guys. This is when your body is in fat burning mode. You are killing it. You're doing so well. Just keep pushing. 30 more seconds left, and then we will enter our stretches and recovery section. All right. It's finally that time of the day to stretch. So hold your head down to one side and just pull it down. Make sure that it's lateral and make sure that you're not raising the shoulder too much as you pull your head down. Now, arms are going to be by your side and just head forward. And then we lean forward, interlace our fingers behind our back, stretching those shoulders as we drop our head and feel a nice pull in the shoulders and also the lower back and the hamstrings. All right, roll up. Here we're just bending the legs and doing a little bit of a lower back or torso rotation to stretch the sides of the body and of course also the inner thighs of the legs. From here, we're just going to go into a lean back. So you can also just stay on your hands if you can't go down on your forearms. That's fine too. You should just be feeling a stretch in the front of the legs. And now we do our cat and cow. So really exaggerate the movement. Create a hunchback and exhale, drop the back. Arm up to one side and sweep it across the floor. Great stretch for the lats. Back to center, arm up towards the ceiling and across the body. That shoulder is on the floor, guys. And back to center. Tuck those toes under, downward dog. Stretch those legs out and with your hands walk back towards your feet and stand up. Excellent job. See you soon. Yep, it is. Bye.